Now entering the ring is class number 101 crossbred Weathers. If we can have those two Weathers come in. If we can have class 102 Speckled Faith Weathers to the makeup ring, please. Class 102 Speckled Faith Weathers, please make your way to the makeup ring, please.
Really a nice way to start off our show here this week, and a pair of Weathers here that come out in this division that I think this is extremely close between this pair, and very, very high quality Weathers. The one that I elected to start off the class with, the one that's really runs uphill. He's tall at the point of his shoulder. You get him propped up. He's leveling his top line. He's got a big old flat square loin in him, good ribbed. Balance is good from the side. Big old feet and legs on him. Really nice place here to start off. One that I think I don't know where his end point is, but he's fairly far along right now, and the one that if you're looking for a Weather to go and show and jackpot, he's probably ready to go and drop right into the ring and have some success. The one here in second probably isn't quite as far along as our class winner. He's one, though, you really got to appreciate the build. He's level in terms of his top line. I think his underline is very good. He's got some width and some dimension. Maybe just not quite the shape of what our class winner has, but two very high-quality Weathers to start the day off with. Let's put our hands together for these two exhibitors.
We now invite you all to come out and give a hand on these Weathers. First place in Class 101 in your champion crossbred Weather, Lot 124, Dow Club Lambs. Second place in reserve crossbred Weather, Lot 262, Morin Club Lambs. Now entering the ring is class number 102, Speckled Face Weathers. If we can have that Class 103 Southdown Weathers to the makeup ring, please. Class 103 Southdown Weathers to the makeup ring.
Just a pair of them here in this speckle face division, but I think two really high quality Weathers here in the ring today, and it's been really fun to watch these white face influence sheep grow in terms of popularity over the last few years, and I think we've got a pair of them out here that are both very high quality. The one that I elected to start with, I think he's probably the one that's closer to being show ready today. I think you could drop him into the ring and go out and compete wherever you're going to show in some sort of a jackpot scene. But this one's tall fronted. He runs uphill. He's level in terms of his top line. You get up on top of him, he's opened up in terms of his center rib cage. He's got some turn and some shape to his rack. A lot of dimension there. Very square loined. Really nice place to start off this class. The wider featured one here in second is one that I love the outline of this sheep. This one's shallow chested. His underline's tremendous. I think he's level in terms of his top line. He's a lot greener in terms of his body condition and where he's setting at today. He's maybe not quite as stout in terms of his feature, but part of that may be just due to a little bit more of immaturity in comparison to our class winner. I think this one with some time and down the road, and you get some feed into him and feed on this guy and some love, this one's got the right pieces and parts that can go on and make a tremendous Wether. Big hips, shallow chested, good built from the side. Really nice pair of them here in this division. Let's put our hands together for these breeders, and feel free to come out here and handle these things, guys. These are high quality Weathers, and be on the auction here on Saturday. I think these ones deserve an extra look.
Now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 102 Speckled Face Weathers. First place lot 122 Dow Club Lambs. Second place lot 243 Kamazi Sheep. Now entering the ring is class number 103 Southdown Weathers. We need class number 104 Hampshire Weathers to the makeup ring, please. Class 104 Hampshire Weathers to the makeup ring.
Just a single entry here in this Southdown division, but one that's a notch greener today, but I think the quality level of this sheep's very, very high. I actually enjoy looking at sheep and trying to trying to read into the future in these ones that are a little bit greener like this. And when you really study this guy in terms of his skeletal build and where he sets his feet down, and he's big-footed, he's square at the ground, you get up on top of him, and he's got some width to his loin edges, he's got some width to his pin set. This guy just needs some time, and I know a lot of you folks out here on the West Coast, it seems like you guys show year-round anymore. This is one that I project maybe falling into this winter or next spring could be very, very competitive, but don't overlook this guy. Let's put our hands together for this exhibitor. Really nice Southdown Wether in this division.
Now I invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 103. First place in champion Southdown Wether, lot number 249, Alco Southdowns. Now entering the ring is class number 104, Hampshire Weathers.
Really an interesting pair of them out here in this Hampshire division, and I don't think you could make two sheep as any more different than what this pair of them are. And that's not taking anything away from one versus the other. It's just you need to decide on where your end point is and who you're going to show to down the road, and which one of these two fits your program and your end point, because there's not very many similarities between these two. The one that I elected to start with, this one is the widest at the ground. He's big-footed. He's cracked open through his center rib. He's packed full of power. He's got a big old back. He's got a big old rump. And when you still study him on the side, his old chest is tucked up in him like it needs to be. Very high-quality kind of a power sheep there to start the class. The one here in second is the one that's greener in terms of his body condition. I love this sheep's outline. This one's tall-shouldered. He's level designed. He's big-footed. He's square. He's just skinnier today, but if you've got one of them guys sorting your show down the road that's going to take a cool looking, good built one, man, you need to hone in on this one and check this deal out. Two very high quality exhibitors, or sheep. Let's put our hands together for these breeders, and you guys put your hands on them and decide for yourself.
Now I invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 104, first place in champion Hampshire Wether, lot 126, Dow Club Lambs. Second place in reserve champion Hampshire Wether, lot 206, Johnson Family Showstock. Now entering the ring is class number 105, Natural Color Weathers.
Really a nice trio here in this natural division, and I think the one that I start with is the combination sheep of the two. This one here props up and looks the part from the side. He's tall-shouldered. He's level in terms of his top line. I think his underline's going to be good. He's shallow there at the base of his chest floor. He's got great turn to his rib cage. Has he showed the most muscle today? No, he probably isn't as thick as another one out here, but I think this sheep's built to where he's going to get plenty of power. This one I think is very, very high quality. The one here in second's the power sheep in the class. This one's wide and stout and thick. If you're needing a muscle a muscle sheep to go show to a guy, one that's probably going to stay a little more on the moderate side in terms of how I read him. If you got a small child needing a lighter weight type deal, but a big-footed, square-built, wide-made one with a big old back and a big old rump in him, very nice sheep there in second. The one here in third, my decision was between my second and third because these two are about as opposite as you can make them. The one in third, I think pattern's very similar to our class winner when we study these things from the side. I think he's shallow chested, great in terms of his lines, just doesn't have the power maybe at this stage of the game when we're getting into the heavier weights where he's getting is what I'd like to see. But you really got to like the build of that one and look from the side. Three high-quality individuals here in this natural division. Let's put our hands together for these breeders.
We invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 105, Natural Color Weathers. First place in your champion, Natural Color Weather, lot 187, Fisher Club Lambs. Second place in reserve champion, Natural Color Weather, lot 188, Fisher Club Lambs. Third place, lot 242, Kamosi Sheep. If we can have those grand in reserve in their respective breeds in the weather division, you guys want to come back in the ring for the selection of our champion overall weather. Lot 262, more in Club Lambs, you're needed in the ring, please. Lot 262, more in Club Lambs, you are needed in the ring. Lot 249, all coast South Downs, you are also needed in the ring. Lot 249, all coast South Downs, you are needed in the ring. If we could have Class 1 fitted Suffolk Ram lambs and slick Suffolk yearling rams to the makeup ring, please. Class 1 and 2 Suffolk Ram lambs fitted and slick Suffolk yearling rams to the makeup ring, please.
Our weather show here today. We haven't had huge numbers, but I tell you what, the quality's been very, very good. And depending on whether you're hunting a weather that you can go out and play with in another week or 10 days or 2 weeks, whatever, or if you're looking for one that you can show here this fall or winter or even into next spring, I think there's lots of different options here as we get these ones back out here and study them together. And that's what makes it challenging for me in terms of trying to pick a champion in reserve, because I think the endpoints on these sheep are very, very different. I'll go ahead and talk a little bit here on our champions, and the one that come in here first out of this crossbred division, he's probably the most show ready today in terms of being bigger and bloomier and ready to roll. He's got a big old back in him, a big square loin. He's good ribbed. He's big footed, big boned. Really balances up good from the side. One that I think is one that you could purchase and go and show here shortly and get along very, very good. We get into that speckle face division, and we talked about the popularity of these white sheep growing here the last several years, and they've proven to themselves that they can compete with the blacks and go out and win on a big stage over the last year or two. And this one here is one that I think is very high quality. He's tall shouldered, he's level made, his rib shape's good, he's got a big square rack in him, big footed and boned, very, very high quality one there. The Southdown, just a single entry in that division, but one that I think come next spring with winter, springtime, this one's got a lot of good. I think he's built right, his feet and legs that go the right directions, he's square. This guy just needs time, and that's on his favor. So if you're looking for a breed sheep come winter or spring, this is one I don't think you can overlook. We get into the Hampshire division, and that division was tough for me because I thought both of them sheep were very high quality. They were just way on opposite ends of the spectrum, and depending on where your end point is and who you're showing to, I think depends on how you could place them two particular sheep within that division. But the one that we used was the power sheep. He's wide, he's square, he's big ribbed, he's got a big old back in him. When you study him from the side, he's probably as tucked up in terms of his breastplate and chest floor as any of them. But really high quality, powerful type of sheep that comes out of that division. The naturals, we talked about this one being so complete. He's big footed, he's square made, he's good ribbed, he's good designed. Is he the thickest one out there today? No, probably not, but I think this one reads that he's going to come with some muscle and power with some time. He's another one that I think come winter, maybe even into the spring, this sheep gets real competitive on the big stage. But we've got 5 divisions here and 5 really high quality sheep representing these particular divisions. I'm just here lining up your sale order. You guys know where your endpoints are, who you're showing to, them kind of things. So you guys need to get out there and evaluate them yourselves on what fits into your program, where your endpoint is, what works for you. For me today in the show, I'd like your speckled face to be champion. The natural is going to be your reserve.
Your champion Wether comes from our speckled face division, lot 122, Dow Club Lambs, and your reserve comes out of our natural color division, lot 187, Fisher Club Lambs. If we can have that Class 1 and 2 to be ringside and ready, please. Class 1 fitted Suffolk Ram Lambs be ringside, please, along with Class 2 Slick Suffolk Yearling Rams. Now entering the ring is class number 1 fitted Suffolk Ram Lambs. This will be first call for class number 3 Suffolk Fall Ram Lambs to the makeup ring, please.
Our first class today in our breeding sheep on the with the male side of things. The fall ram lamb that we have in this class. Here, I think if we look at this sheep at very young appearing, I know he's a fall, but I still think there's quite a bit of grow left in him, which we do kind of want to see in this type of Suffolk breeding sheep. Really long spine. It's a sheep that's incredibly long hip. When you look at the handling from that last rib back, just a tremendous amount of length. Really good on his feet and legs. Excellent individual to win the class.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 1 fitted Suffolk Ram Lambs and your champion fitted lot number 4 A&K Suffolks. Now entering the ring is class number 2, Slick Suffolk Yearling Rams.
Excuse me. Our one entry that we have it being the slick-sheared part of the Suffolk breed here is a sheep that you certainly like about his structural integrity as far as maybe not so much when he's standing still, but when we watch him move, he really holds that top well. Nice thickness from front to back. Here again, another sheep that's tremendously long hip. For the length of side that we see there. I like the depth of rib on this sheep, like the depth of body on him. Nice for him to win the class.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 2, Slick Suffolk Yearling Rams. First place, lot number 9, A Heart Club Lambs. Now entering the ring is class number 3, Slick Suffolk Fall Ram Lambs. If we can have class number 4, 5, and 6 to make their way to the makeup ring, please. Class number 4, 5, and 6 make their right way to the makeup ring, please.
We'll start the class with the ram that's closest to me. I think a sheep that, if we look at it with like structure and balance, I think this ram is an incredibly smooth package. But then with that, then we stand in front of him. He's got some width the shoulder without being coarse. Carries back into a nice rib on that sheep, and he carries back into a nice hip. I think a sheep here that just from a structural standpoint, feet and legs wise, he very well he easily wins the class. The next ram that we have a tremendous amount of bone. If you look how big the foot is on that sheep, I think there's a probably, if we put him on the scale, he's a heavier ram than when we have the ram that we're going to start the class with. A ram here that I think when it's all over and done with is going to be a bigger sheep when we get to be a yearling. This is the way we're going to have him standing today. Thank you.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 3, Slick Suffolk Fall Ram Lambs. First place, lot 19, University of Idaho Sheep Center. Second place, lot number 5, Joe Olson. Now entering the ring, we will be selecting our senior champion, Slick Ram. We need that lot number 9, Ahart Club Lambs, and lot number 19, University of Idaho Sheep Center, to make their way into the ring, please, along with lot number 5, Joe Olson.
So for senior, senior champion Slick Shear Drive, we talked a little bit about in class about the yearling ram. The length of side we see in that sheep, the length of hind side that you really like. I think a sheep that is in moderate condition, but still quite a bit of thickness to him, and depth of side. Our January ram lamb that we have here, that won his class. I like him by his breed type. Really dark about his points without being too terrible dark in his body. A sheep here again, very structurally sound, very well balanced. I'll go ahead and pick your champion in reserve.
Your champion, Slick Suffolk Ram, comes out of class number 3, lot number 19, University of Idaho Sheep Center. And your reserve comes out of your yearling division, lot number 9, Ahart Club Lambs. Those will be your champion Slick Rams and reserve champion Slick Rams. Now entering the ring will be class number 5, Valet Black Nose Ram Lambs. Now entering the ring will be class number 5. If we can have class number 6, 7, and 8 to be ringside and ready, please. Class number 6, 7, and 8 to be ringside and ready, please.
We've got one entry in this breed in this division. This is a breed that's kind of running on quite a bit of momentum right now, and this one's going to keep going to help keep that going. I think if we look, if we get the breed type is spot on this guy for a modern Valet. The coloring is great, fleece is good. But then we look at what's under that, what the sheep that we have here. They have, I think the Valet breeders have done a exceptional job putting some structure under these sheep, putting some feet and legs and some straightness at the top. But just a fine individual to be your champion Valet sheep. Congratulations, champion Valet ram.
Now I invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 5, Valet Black Nose Ram Lambs. First place in champion Valet Ram, lot number 35, Pin Oak Peace Farm, Willoughby Showstock. Now entering the ring, class number 6, Katahdin Yearling Rams. Now entering the ring will be class number 6.
Here in our Katahdin breed, this is another breed that has become pretty popular in the last few years, and this guy is a good representative of that. If we talk about what the Katahdins have brought to the sheep industry, if we look at that, the feed conversion and low maintenance. We look at the depth of side and the rib on this guy. You truly love the capacity he has, and how deep he is, how much springer rib he's got, and he's big top. That is a big loin of a sheep of any kind. Just a nice thread. I think he's a really good ram to win your class. Congratulations.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 6, Katahdin Yearling Rams, lot number 52, KRK Katahdins. Now entering the ring will be class number 6, Katahdin Yearling, Now entering the ring will be class number 7, Katahdin Fall Ram Lambs. We'd like to remind everyone all these breed champion rams will be showing tomorrow in the Bob Pash Grand Champion Supreme Drive at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon. Also, we will be selling a handful of select genetics in our Royal Flesh sale at 6 o'clock at the conclusion of the Supreme Champion Drive.
Our fall ram lamb that we have here, I think this is a pretty interesting sheep here. I think if you just look at straightness of the line and balance and structure, look how wide based this guy is. He's still, in the younger part of his years here for sure. There's still a lot of maturity left to go, but the depth of side, the width of top that we're talking about, but put together in a super well balanced, smooth package. And here again, probably one of it, if you're looking for a sheep to in your katahdins to straighten up some structure issues, I think this is a guy you need to look at here because he is really good on that point there. Congratulations.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 7 Katahdin Fall Ram Lambs. First place, lot number 53, KRK Katahdins. If we can have those two firsts out of class number 6 and 7 to make their way into the ring, please, for the selection of our senior champion Katahdin Ram. We'd like to thank our sponsors for this weekend: Fluffy Cows by Matt Lautner, RSG, Showright Feeds, Sullivan Supply, and the California, Suffolk, and Hampshire Sheep Breeders Association.
I think we've got two good representatives of the Katahdin breed here. But for me, here I'm a big structure guy. Feet and legs is a big thing for me, and there's one in here that excels in that. But that being said, we talked about the depth of side and the rib and the amount of meat they have down their top. Just two fine individuals in this breed. But I'll go pick your champion reserve.
Your senior champion Katahdin Ram comes out of class number 7, lot number 53, KRK Katahdins, and your reserve comes out of class number 6, your yearling Ram, lot number 52, KRK Katahdins. Now entering the ring is class number 8, Katahdin Spring Lambs. Spring Ram Lambs. Your senior champion Katahdin Ram comes out of class number 8, lot number 54, lot number 53, KRK Katahdins. And your reserve comes out of class number 6, lot number 52, KRK Katahdins.
our spring Katahdin Ram Lamb class. I think here's a young, uniquely colored ram. You really like the extension we see. He gives you a nice pattern from the side as far as how that shoulder ties back into his neck and ties back into the rest of him. And I think here again, he's not going. Of course, he's not going to be as thick as the other ones that we've seen, just because of an age standpoint. But if you look how wide he is over across the top of his hip for Katahdin, I think he's going to be a very nice sheep. Also, congratulations. So this will also be your junior champion ram.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 8 Katahdin Spring Ram Lambs. First place and junior champion comes out lot number 54 KRK Katahdins. Now entering the ring, we will be selecting our champion Katahdin Ram. If we can have that junior come back in the ring and the senior champion and reserve senior champion.
Three nice Katahdin Rams here, but I think there's easily a champion Ram. What champion and reserve to kind of follow the same type and pattern. Here we've been talking structure all day. That's where we're going to stay on that note there. So your champion senior will be your champion senior will be your champion Ram, and then your reserve senior is your reserve champion Ram.
Your champion Katahdin Ram is your senior champion. Lot number 53 KRK Katahdins, and your reserve is your reserve senior champion, lot number 52 KRK Katahdins. Now entering the ring is class number 9 Baby Doll Southdown Fall Ram Lambs. Need that class number 10 and 11 to be ringside and ready, please. This is also the first call for those Wether sires, starting with the yearling crossbred rams. First call, class number 11, yearling crossbred rams in the Wether sire show to the makeup ring, please.
So they're baby dolls. You can say that they have as much. It's kind of they have. There's a lot of momentum in this breed here. Also, if we think if they're one of the more popular ones going, incredibly attractive ram. that we have to win this class. If you look how, yeah, they have him fitted, but he's just straight as can be right down his top. A sheep that's super well balanced. You look, how that neck and shoulder fit into his full rib and the rib back into his hip. He's excellent on his feet and legs. I think really, really good about his breed type. Just well deserving of the. I guess he'll be the senior champion. Senior champion. Congratulations.
Results from class number 9, Baby Doll South Downfall Ram Lambs. First place in senior champion, lot number 95, Muddy Creek Miniatures. Now entering the ring is class 10A, Baby Doll South Down February Ram Lambs.
Another really good baby doll here. I think this one. Um, a sheep here, a little different than the first one that we have here. A lot of power here. He's incredibly wide, down his top, big in his hip. You watch that sheep walk away from him. He takes a really wide stride off the back end of him. A sheep here that I think is going to be tremendously thick when he gets to be mature. Love the head shape on this ram. I mean, he's right to just kind of exactly what you want to see on this type of South Down. But congratulations.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 10A, Baby Doll South Down February Ram Lambs, lot number 92, Fisher Club Lambs. Now entering the ring is class number 10B, Baby Doll South Down April Ram Lambs. This will be that second call for class number 11, Crossbred Yearling Rams, in the Wether Sire show to the makeup ring, please. Second call, class number 11, Yearling Crossbred Rams in the Wether Sire show to the makeup ring, please.
They brought in a very good baby South down here. Um, This is a sheep here. If you just look at the amount of bone and the foot size we see on such a young ram, that's very impressive. I think the guy's got an extremely bright future. He's big down his top. He's got a little bit of rack to him. He's got some shape in his top. I think a sheep that when you stand and look at him, he's for as much body as he has at this age, he's super smooth fronted, really nice up through his front end. Here again, really like the head shape on this guy also. Congratulations.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 10B, Baby Doll South Down April Ram Lambs. First place, lot number 99, Ailes Dollhouse, Willoughby Showstock. Now in the ring, we need that lot number 92, Fisher's Club Lambs, for our junior champion.
So looking at these two rams, like the older one closest to me, I mean, he's just spot on as far as his head shape and breed type and his ear set and all that, and just a lot of sheep there, in a small package. He's really smooth. He gets a little lazy topped when you watch him standing here, but when he's walking, holds himself together very well. And and we talked about the foot size and the amount of bone we have in that young ram, that April ram lamb we have here standing there. I'll pick your champion in reserve, or your junior champion in reserve.
Your junior champion comes out of class number 10B, lot number 99, L's Dollhouse, Willoughby Showstock. And your reserve junior champion comes out of class number 10A, lot number 92, Fisher Club Lambs. Now in the ring, we will be selecting our champion Baby Doll Southdown Ram and reserve champion Baby Doll Southdown Ram. This will be that final call for that class number 11 yearling crossbred rams to the makeup ring, please, in our Wether Sire show. Final call, class number 11 yearling crossbred rams to the makeup ring, please. We also need that class number 12 and 13 crossbred ram lambs to be ringside, please. Class number 12 and 13 to be ringside, please.
So we talked about in class the white ram, the one closest to me here. Just a general pattern. I mean, the guy is just super smooth and really thick down his top. I think here again, I think his sheep just got a bright future. And the younger guy, just the stoutness of skeleton and that depth of side. And all three of the rams that we have out here, I think they can make a positive impact in the Baby Doll South Downs. But I go pick your champion, overall champion reserve now.
Your champion Baby Doll Southdown comes out of our junior division, lot number 99, L's Dollhouse. And your reserve champion Baby Doll Southdown comes out of our senior division, lot number 95, Muddy Creek Miniatures. Just a reminder, all of these breed champions in our Ram show today will be showing at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon at the Bob Pash Supreme Champion Breeding Ram Drive. Now entering the ring is class number 11, yearling crossbred rams.
just a single entry here in this yearling crossbred class, but one that I think can withstand quite a bit of competition. If you're looking for a buck that's going to crack them open and put some width and dimension through that center body, make them square at the ground, you get up on top of this guy. He's got a big old square flat loin in him, a big old wide rack shape, big out of his upper pin set. And the neat thing about this sheep, for one with that kind of power, we set him in motion and he gets out there and just kind of floats around the ring. Really nice way to start off our crossbred division, high quality yearling buck. Let's put our hands together for these breeders, and this is one I think could work in a lot of places.
Now I invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 11, yearling crossbred rams. First place in senior champion, lot number 167, McLaughlin Club Lambs. Now entering the ring will be class number 12, crossbred ram lambs. Now entering the ring, Sean Jeffrey, class number 12, crossbred ram lambs. We'd like to thank our sponsors for this weekend, Fluffy Cows by Matt Lautner, RSG, Showright Feeds, Sullivan Supply, and the California, Suffolk, and Hampshire Sheep Breeders Association. Also, at 4:30 tomorrow evening, we will be selecting our champion rams and ewes at the Bob Pash Supreme Champion Drive. Also, tomorrow evening, starting at 6 o'clock, we will be selling a select handful of genetics in our Royal Flush sale. Need that class 13 and 14 to be ringside and ready, please. Class 13 and 14 crossbred ram lambs, be ringside and ready, please.
Got a pair of these bigger buck lambs here that I think both of these are very, very high quality and lots of differences in terms of type and kind, and depending on what you're needing to add to your program. The one that hits me the hardest that I start the class off with, he's the widest at the ground. He's the boldest and widest through his center body. He's got a big old rib cage. You get up on top of him, he handles with some shape and expression of muscle, handles with a big old bubbly stifle. Very, very good hide quality, nice handling, nice touching sheep, set him in motion, holds himself together very well. Nice place to start off this class. The one here in second, if you're needing to add some look and some frame and some size to a set of females, this is one that can do that and not sacrifice width and dimension through his body. This guy's got a huge loin edge in him. His edges are very, very square. He's got a wide square rack in him. He's good on his feet and legs. Just gets overpowered a notch in terms of center body and rib shape in comparison to our class winner. But like I said, if you're needing to add some look, make them taller at their shoulder, this guy can do that for you. Two very high quality buck lambs here. Let's get out here and get our hands on them and see what fits into your program.
Now I invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 12, crossbred ram lambs. First place, lot number 103, Ott Club Lambs. Second place, lot number 140, Jeffrey Club Lambs. Now entering the ring will be class number 14, crossbred ram lambs. Just a reminder, those first and seconds out of these crossbred ram lamb classes, we need you back in the makeup ring for junior champion drive. Now entering the ring will be class number 13, crossbred ram lambs. Class number 14, 15, and 16, we need you to be ringside and ready, please.
another pair of them here in this division, and I think it gets close between these two. And the one that I elected to start with is the one that I think balances better when we study these things from the side. I think he's a notch shorter in terms of his overall body length, and I think that benefits him just a notch. You get up on top of him, he's got a big, wide, square loin. He's big out of his upper pin set. He's got some rack shape. Set him in motion, he gets out there and goes good. Very, very good hide quality, very good handle on this sheep. Really nice place for me to start. The longer bodied one falls into second here. This guy has an advantage in terms of length of body. He ties stuff together good. He's smooth in terms of when you get your hands on him and handle down his top. Is he the widest in comparison to our class winner? Probably not, but this one brings some other extras to the table in terms of length and eye appeal from the side. Two very high quality bucks. Get out here and see which ones of these you can utilize in your program. But very nice set. Let's put our hands together for these two breeders.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 13. First place, lot 290, Brady Showstock. Second place, lot 174, McLaughlin Club Lambs. Now entering the ring is class number 14, Crossbred Ram Lambs. Just a reminder, those first and seconds out of class number 12 and 13, please stay ringside for the selection of our junior champion, Crossbred Ram. Now in the ring is class number 14. Class number 15 and 16, be ringside and ready, please. Class 15 and 16, be ringside and ready, please.
Another pair of them here in this division, and the one that we select to start off with, I think wins this class fairly handily for me. I love this guy when we get him propped up on the side. I think his lines are very good. He's shallow. His underline's good. He's very level and smooth in terms of his top line. If you get up on top of him, he's got some shape and some dimension to his rack. He's got some shape to his stifle. We set this one in motion, and when he wants to cooperate for the young lady and get out and go, he gets around the ring with some arrogance about him. I think when he's just loose running in a pin, this one's going to look very, very high quality. Extra white feature on him. Very, very nice place to start off this particular class. The one that falls here into second is one that is very solid in terms of base width and forearm. He's opened up in terms of his rib cage. He's got some width through his center body cavity. He just doesn't have the shape and dimension down his top as what our class winner has. Maybe just not in quite an eye-appealing package is what that class winner. But two very high-quality individuals. Let's put our hands together for these two firms.
Invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 14, crossbred Ram Lambs. First place, lot 244, Spring Valley Land and Livestock. Second place, lot 135, Alexander Showstock. Lot 284, Rural Sheep Company. We need you in the makeup ring, please. Now entering the ring is class number 15, crossbred Ram Lambs. Need class number 16, crossbred Ram Lambs to the makeup ring, please. Need that first and second, those first and seconds from class number 12, 13, and 14 to be ringside, please. First and seconds from class number 12, 13, and 14 to be ringside and ready, please, for the selection of our junior champion crossbred ram.
Well, if this one here that wins this class don't get your blood pumping a little bit, I don't know what will. But this guy comes in the ring and commands your attention. Really runs uphill when you set him in motion. Holds his top line together good. Feet and legs are tremendous. Get up on top of this guy. He don't disappoint. He's wide and square racked, big old square loin, great upper hip shape. Really good turn there to his stifle shape. He's got the extras in terms of the white feature and where we need to be there at really good one here to start off this particular class. Young lady here in second, this guy's no slouch by any means. This one's probably the more terminal shaped one in terms of his muscle shape. He's got a big old groovy rack in him. He's got a big shapely stifle. He's just not put together in the same kind of athletic, cool looking package from the side as what our class winner. Two very high quality ones. I think you'd be silly not to come put your hands on this set of them out here in this ring. Let's put our hands together for these firms.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 15, Crossbred Ram Lambs. First place, lot 284, Rural Sheep Company. Second place, lot 112, Desert Sage Show Lambs. Now in the ring is class number 16, Crossbred Ram Lambs. Now entering the ring is Crossbred Ram Lambs. Just a reminder, those firsts and seconds from class number 12, 13, 14, and 15, please stay ringside for selection of our junior champion and reserve junior champion, Crossbred Ram. Also, lot number 167, McLaughlin Club Lambs, we need that senior champion yearling Crossbred Ram to the makeup ring as well.
probably one of the tougher decisions we've had to make today. I think it's very close amongst these two, and they both have their positives. The one I elected to start with, this guy's the grooviest in terms of his muscle shape and his back shape. You stand off of this guy here where I'm at, and you can see that big old ditch down his back. He's going to put some shape and expression and touch. He's got a big old wide pin set. He still stands square at the ground. He's good in terms of his center body shape. Really good handling, good touch, and kind of a sheep there to start off this class. The one here in second, I think, brings some things to the table that are very unique in terms of making them shorter in terms of their overall body length. I think if you need to shorten up a group of ewes, make their length a little more ideal, I think this one can do it. I think for a buck that's built like that, he's very tucked up in terms of his chest floor. He's shallow, his underline's good. He's got a big old square rack and a huge rib cage in him. Two very high quality individuals. Let's get out here and get our hands on them and give these two firms a big round of applause.
Now I invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 16, crossbred Ram Lambs. First place, lot 200, Johnson Family Show Stock. Second place, lot 222, Miller Farm, South Dakota. Just a reminder, we need those first and seconds from class number 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 to be ringside, please. And lot number 167, our senior champion yearling crossbred Ram McLaughlin Club Lambs. Please be ringside with him as well. If we can have those first places enter the ring now, please. First place from class 12, 13, 14, and 15, if you guys want to come on in, following with those second places as well.
Very high quality set of crossbred bucks here today. Not probably not huge in numbers that we've had show up, but I'm telling you what, there's some big time pieces and parts, and an individual that I think is very very exceptional. I'll go through here and kind of talk about these class winners and whatnot, and kind of tell you what I'm thinking on them, because depending on what you're needing to put into your program, there's several of these that can go and benefit you in different areas. The one here out of our first class is one that's just extremely stout. He's big-footed. He's big-boned. You get up on top of him, he's wide. He's really opened up through his center rib cage and body. He handles extremely good. I talked about that in that class that he's good-heighted, and his touch and handles very good. I don't think a lot of people realize when we go to handling them sheep at them big stock shows, there is a big difference in the way them market lambs touch, and it does matter. A lot of guys, there's a lot of guys that don't put a lot of emphasis on it, but when it comes down to winning a big banner, that touch and handle does matter. The one that was second in that class is one that we talked about being real unique in terms of making them tall-fronted and good looking. If you're needing to add a little extra size and look from the side and still put a big old square loin edge in him, I think he can do that. We rolled here into our second class, and we had one that I talked about how this one just balanced so good and it was just ultra complete, and this is one that I think you could turn out with lots of different kinds of ewes and go on, and he's not going to hurt you in any one area. He's going to make good high quality sheep that handle good and touch good and are built right. We get here into our third class. We got one that he's got that extra white feature. He's level in terms of his top line. He's built right. When we set this one in motion, he's extremely arrogant when he gets out there on the move. I really like the quality and build of this one. Got some power. Very, very nice sheep there out of that third class. We roll into our fourth class, and this guy hits me extremely hard. It's to make one that looks like this from the side and still has that kind of shape and dimension out of that upper hip and stifle shape. And when we set him in motion, the way this guy walks out and runs uphill and gets out and goes, I think is very, very unique. Really, really white featured. I know that shouldn't matter. And to me, when I'm sorting weather shows, it's not that big of a deal. But when it comes time to market babies and that next generation, come next spring, it does matter with guys looking at them things. But very high quality one out of that fourth class. We get into the fifth class, and this is the grooviest, shapeliest, muscled one of the five classes. He's really hard handling. He's got a big old square hip in him. If you're needing to add some touch, some shape, and expression, this guy can go and do that for you. Really an outstanding set of crossbreds. Let's put our hands together for all these firms. I'm going to go out and get you a champion in reserve.
Your junior champion comes out of class number 15, lot 284, Rural Sheep Company. And your reserve junior champion comes out of class number 14, lot number 244, Spring Valley Land and Livestock. We need those two juniors to come back into the ring, please, as well as our senior champion for champion crossbred ram drive.
As we bring our senior yearling buck out here with the juniors, we talked this yearling when we had him here in this class about how wide and powerful he was through his center body, and you get your hands on him, and he's got a lot of width and dimension down his back. And the neat thing about this one, for one, with that kind of power and the age on him, and you set him in motion, he still handles that in a very, very good package. Really nice one coming out of that senior division. We've talked about the juniors. I think it gets really close for reserve between the two. I'm going to go ahead and keep your two juniors together for your champion and your reserve. Let's put our hands together for them two firms.
Your champion crossbred ram comes out of your junior division, lot number 284, Rural Sheep Company. And your reserve champion also comes out of your junior division, lot 244, Spring Valley Land and Livestock. Now in the ring is class number 17, Dorset Yearling Rams. This will be first and second call for class number 18, 19, and 20 to the makeup ring, please. First and second call for class number 18, 19, and 20 to the makeup ring, please. Now in the ring is class number 17, Dorset Yearling Rams.
Just a single entry in this yearling class, one that you really got to appreciate in terms of being opened up in that center body. He's got a huge loin edge in him, big wide square loin. He's wide racked. He's good out of his upper hip. He's starting to get some age on him and wanting to act like a knucklehead out here, but I think this one's parts and pieces, and when we set him in motion and watched him get out and go, he holds himself together very, very good. Really nice white sheep here. To win this division. Let's put our hands together for this firm and get out here and get our hands on them.
We now invite you all to come out and get a handle. Results from class number 17, Dorset Yearling Rams. First place in champion Dorset Ram goes to lot number 196, Johnson Family Showstock. Now entering the ring is class number 18, Dorset Advantage Ram Lambs. This will be first and second call for class number 19, 20, and 21 to make your way to the makeup ring, please. First and second call, class number 19, 20, and 21 to the makeup ring, please. Just a reminder, tomorrow evening starting at 4:30, we will be having our Supreme Champion Bob Pass Drive starting at 4:30. Be selecting our champion Rams and Ewes. At the conclusion of that Supreme Champion Drive, starting at 6 o'clock, we will be selling a handful of genetics in our Royal Flush sale. And once again, that will be starting at 6 o'clock. We'd like to thank our sponsors for this weekend: Fluffy Cows Advanced Hair Formula by Matt Lautner, Reproductive Specialty Group RSG, Showright Feeds, Sullivan Supply, and the California, Suffolk, and Hampshire Sheep Breeders Association.
Single entry, but one very high quality. If you're into making weathers that can compete in the market rings, I think this one can do so at a very high level. This one has probably as much turn and shape to his rack as a white sheep that I've put my hands on in a long time. He's square out of his loin. He's got a big old pin set. I like his cage in him. He's tall fronted, shallow chested. I think this one can make white ones that can win, or can go and make speckles that can win, whatever you're trying to go on and breed. But let's get our hands on this guy. Very high quality one here in this particular division.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 18, Dorset Advantage Ram Lambs. First place in your champion Dorset Advantage Ram Lamb, lot number 191, Northern Star Livestock. Now entering the ring is class number 19, Southdown Ram Lambs. This will be first and second call for class number 20, 21, and 22 to the makeup ring, please. First and second call, class number 20, 21, and 22 to the makeup ring, please. Now entering the ring is class number 19, Southdown Ram Lambs.
Very high quality Southdown yearling buck here, and one that I think is ultra complete. You get up and study on this guy, and he's square racked. He's got a huge loin in him. He's big out of his upper pin set for this particular breed. You study him on the side, he still balances very, very good, handles himself in motion. I think this one here can work on a very wide variety of ewes. You could take and turn this one in with lots of different types and kinds, and he could go and just elevate them to the next level. But really high individual here. Let's put our hands together for this firm. If you're in the Southdown breed, let's get out here and get our hands on this one.
Now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 19, Southdown Ram Lambs. First place, lot 267, Flying F's Livestock. Now entering the ring is class number 20 Southdown Ram Lambs. The first, second, and third call for those classes 21, 22, 23, and 24 to the makeup ring. First, second, and third call for class number 21, 22, 23, and 24 to the makeup ring, please. We need that class winner, lot 267, out of class number 19 to be ringside, please, for the selection of our junior champion, Southdown Ram.
Really nice pair of these Southdown Buck Lambs, and very high quality one here to start off this particular class. One that you like the lines from the side. He's shallow in terms of his chest floor. I think his rib cage is very good. You get up on top of him, he's still got some muscle shape. He probably progresses in terms of width from his hip to his shoulder as good as any. But awfully good place to start. Probably the bigger bone, bigger footed one falls into second. This guy is stout. He's going to have big old woolly legs on him. Got some rib shape. He's a little bit thinner in terms of his body condition. A little bit harder to read to where he's going to be at in terms of muscle shape and dimension. But in terms of build, I think this one is very high quality. Let's put our hands together for these two firms.
Now I invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 20. First place, lot number 192, Northern Star Livestock. Second place, lot 247, Alco Southdowns. Now in the ring, we will be selecting our junior champion Southdown Ram and overall champion Southdown Ram.
Only 3 Southdown Bucks here today, but I think 3 very high quality individuals. We got our senior champion when we bring him back out, and we talked about that one in class, how I felt like you could breed this one to such a wide variety of females and it didn't really matter where they're at on the spectrum. I think the way this one's built, he can take them and whatever their design is and build is and just make them a notch better. Very, very high quality buck there. Our junior champion is one that's probably got a little more unique pieces and places. Is he quite as complete as the senior? I don't know, but this one really wedges good. He's shallow in terms of his chest floor. Good built kind of a buck there. I'm going to use your senior for champion. Buckland will be reserved. Let's put our hands together for them two firms.
Congratulations, your champion Southdown Ram and junior champion Southdown Ram comes out of class number 19, lot 267, Flying Fs. And your reserve junior champion and reserve overall Southdown Lamb comes out of class number 20, lot 192, Northern Star Livestock. If we can get those Hampshire Ram Lambs to the makeup ring as well as those natural color Ram Lambs to the makeup ring. Now entering the ring is going to be class number 21 Hampshire Yearling Rams. Class 22, 23, and 24, please be ringside. Class 21 is in the ring. Class number 22, 3, and 4 be ringside, please.
I always felt over the years that if you had a high quality yearling buck to sell, that Reno was the place to bring them. And this guy here, dang sure don't disappoint. I think this one is very, very high quality. Runs uphill, gets out and moves extremely good. He balances very, very good for his age. You get up on top of this one, and we've talked about handling and touch quality, and you get your hands on this guy. He touches right. His skin is very, very good. He's got an enormous loin in him and a big old pin set. Very high quality individual. I think this one can work in a lot of places. I think you need to get your hands on this one. Very high quality buck here. Let's put our hands together for this firm.
Now I invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 21 Hampshire Yearling Rams. First place in senior champion lot number 197 Johnson Family Showstock. Now in the ring is class number 22 Hampshire Ram Lambs. Carol Willoughby, if you could make your way to the announcer stand, please. Carol Willoughby to the announcer stand.
Another high quality pair here, and this one that I elected to start with. This may be the stoutest and widest one that we've had come through the ring here today. This guy's got some genuine width at the ground. He's opened up through his chest floor. You study his rib cage, he's extremely opened up there through his center body. You get up on top of him, he's got a big old square back. His loin edges are perfect, big shapely stifle. Gets out and goes good. I think balance is very good from the side. Is he that freaky shallow one? No, but I think he's plenty good there, and balance is good there for one that's built with this kind of width and this kind of power. We get here into the second place one, and one that props up probably with a notch more look from the side. He's tall shouldered, he's level in terms of his top line. He just don't have the power and substance of what that class winner does. Take this one back and put him on some ewes that got some muscle and power, and I think everything works. But two high quality individuals. Let's put our hands together for these two firms.
Results from class number 22. First place in junior champion Hampshire Ram Lamb, lot number 223, Miller Farm, South Dakota. Second place in reserve champion junior Ram Lamb, lot number 203, Johnson Family Showstock. Now invite you all to come out and give a handle. If we can have that senior champion Hampshire Ram into the ring, please, for the selection of our champion Hampshire Ram. Class 23 and 4, please be ringside and ready, please. Class 23 and 24, please be ringside and ready, please.
Only three of these Hampshire Rams, but outstanding in terms of quality. These two division winners, I think, are very, very good. We talked about that yearling, one that props up and gives you this kind of look from the side. He's tall-shouldered, and he gets out in motion and holds himself together very, very good. And you get up on top of him, and he's still got a big, shapely rack in him, and his loin edges is tremendous. It's huge. It's wide. I don't think people realize how hard it is to keep these yearlings and make them look like this at this stage of the game and that point in their life, but a very high quality individual out of that division. The one that wins our junior division is the one that we've talked about, him probably being the stoutest and widest one that we've had come through the ring today, and I still think that's the case. If you're needing to add some width and dimension and open up that center body cavity and put a big old back in him and a big rump, but still not sacrifice that look, this guy can do that as well. Very, very high quality pair of these. I'm going to use the yearling for champion, the buck lamb for reserve.
Your champion Hampshire Ram comes from your senior division in class number 21, lot 197, Johnson Family Show Stock. Your reserve champion Hampshire Ram comes out of your junior division, lot 223, Miller Farm, South Dakota. Now entering the ring is class number 23, Natural Color Weather Lambs. Ram Lambs. Just a reminder, these breed champions in the Ram Show will sell Saturday morning. Tomorrow afternoon, we will be having our grand champion Bob Pass Drive, selecting our champion Rams in ewes. 8:30 tomorrow morning, we will be starting with our ewe show, starting with our breeding sheep, and then following into our weather dams.
Pair of them here that are very high quality, and there's definitely some differences amongst them. The power sheep I like to start with, he's got the width and dimension and muscle that it takes, I think, to raise Weathers that can go on and win in the ring. This guy's opened up in his center body. I think his flank line's good. He's level in terms of his top. Really, really stout featured. Good, powerful one there to start this class. The cool made one and probably the sounder moving of the pair falls into second. This guy's built extremely good. When we set him in motion, this is probably his best view. He gets out and goes and strides and covers his track very, very well. He just gets overpowered in terms of width and dimension in comparison to our class winner in this class. But if you're needing to take a blue buck and put back on a group of ewes that's going to make them better built and sounder moving, this is the one that can do that for you. Let's put our hands together for these two firms.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 23, Natural Color Ram Lambs. First place, lot 273, Pharaoh W2 Club Lambs. Second place, lot 111, Desert Sage Show Lambs. Guys, once again, reminder, these breed champions in the Ram Show will show tomorrow evening in our Bob Pass Supreme Drive starting at 4:30. Tomorrow morning, we will be starting our ewe show at 8:30 a.m., starting with our breeding sheep, following into our weather dams at the conclusion of that breeding sheep show. Also, tomorrow evening, starting at 6 o'clock, we will be selling a select handful of genetics in our Royal Flush sale. That'll be starting at 6 o'clock, and it'll be right here underneath the tent as well. Now entering the ring is class number 24, natural color ram lambs. If we can have that first and second to stay ringside, please. Out of class number 23.
Pair of them here that are very nice. This one that I elected to start with is one that I think brings some extras to the table in terms of muscle shape and touch. This guy's as expressive a one as we've had in this division. He's grooved up through that rack. He's big out of his upper pin set. Balance is pretty good from the side. He's opened up in terms of his center body cage. That's where he excels, the one in second in this particular pair. The one in second, I think, props up extremely good. This one's tall-shouldered. He's level in terms of his top line. He's very good on his feet and legs. I just wish he was opened up just a little more through his center body and gave him just a notch more power. But if you got a set of thicker ewes and you need to make them taller shouldered and better looking, better designed, I think this guy can go on and work for you. Two very high quality individuals. Let's put our hands together here for these two firms.
We now invite you all to come out and give a handle. Results from class number 24, natural color ram lambs. First place, lot 201, Johnson Family Showstock. Second place, lot 154, Brady Showstock. If we can have that first and second from class number 23 back in the ring, please, for the selection of our champion and reserve champion, natural color ram. That first and second from class number 23, lot 273, Pharaoh W2, and lot 111, Desert Sage Show Lambs. Once again, reminder, these champion rams will be showing tomorrow at 4:30 in our Bob Fash Supreme Champion Drive. At the conclusion of that champion drive, we will be having our Royal Flush genetic sale starting at 6 o'clock. Guys, tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. we will be starting our ewe show, starting with our breeding ewes, going in to our weather dams at the conclusion of that breeding ewe show.
So we finish up our buck show here with this natural division. I think this division's very representative of the entire show that we've had today in terms of quality. These things have been good from the beginning of the day to the end of the day, and I think there's lots of different options out there for you as buyers, and what depending on what you need for your program. And I've said it before today, I'm just kind of lining up a sale order in the way that I like them, but necessarily, I don't know that I've got one certain type or kind that I've landed on all day. I've just tried to kind of get them ones up there that were unique in terms of the way they were built, that had the pieces and the quality that could move things into the right direction for guys. But with that said, these two class winners I think are very good in this division. This one out of the first class is one that was powerful. He's opened up at the ground. He's opened up in his center body. He's got a big old wide back in him. Big stifle-shaped, very high-quality sheep. The one that come out of the next class here is the one that's probably a little more expressive in terms of his rack shape. He's big out of his upper pin set. Gives you a good look and good center body shape from the side. I like the one here out of our first class for champion. The other class winner here will be your reserve. Let's put our hands together for all these firms that had bucks here today.
Congratulations, lot number 273, your champion natural color ram, and your reserve champion, lot 201, Johnson Family Show Stock. Guys, just a reminder, tomorrow morning we will be starting our ewe show at 8:30 in the morning. We're going to be starting with those breeding ewes, following into our weather dams. These champions in the ram show will be showing tomorrow afternoon for Supreme Champion in our Bob Pass Supreme Drive at 4:30.